Hi friends, it's Missy Shipman, and I'm delighted today to share with you another project that you can make using your darling punch tin. The punch that's included with it, the wonderful stamp set that's included with it, and in this kit you'll have a new color ink to play with. It's called Mossy Meadow, a beautiful green color. Now we're using designer series paper called Best Dressed. It is really lovely. One side has a lot of florals, a few solids and stripes, mostly marvelous florals. And on the other side, there are fun pieces if you enjoy fussy cutting. You can cut out the lipsticks or the shoes or the perfumes or the purses to make clever cards. It also has fun polka dots and stripes and kind of neutrally backgrounds that work well for a lot of projects. This one's a fun one that's the purple posy on the one side, just with that subtle white pattern. I love that one. My all-time favorite one, though, we're going to be using for some of the cards today, and that's this one with that bright Daffodil Delight and rich, gorgeous grape and lovely lipstick. So this is paper that's retiring. It's still available now, and at the time of making our kits and videos, both the Best Dressed paper and the Starburst, which is retiring, are still available. So the Starburst punch gets a little bit another swan song here in this kit, you'll see with the vellum. So what you'll need is your packet of Best Dressed pieces, and it has materials for 6 full-size cards, 6 envelopes, and the embellishments that you need. So we're going to start off by making one that is looks similar to this. It's going to be 4 small rectangles, and we're going to layer that onto a piece of petal pink cardstock. So to start off, you want to make sure you have all your supplies handy. So in the little cello packet, you've got 12 rectangle pieces, and you'll see that you just need to sort them out to make the 3 different cards. Now you can mix and match your pieces any way you like as the designer, but if you want to create the cards the way that Nancy and I have designed things for our projects, then you'll want to follow along with our videos. Let's see, sometimes they get a little stuck together here, but there's my favorite one again with that pretty yellow. So let's start with making the yellow one, Daffodil Delight. And what we'll do is, using our bone folder, we can get a nice crease. Fold the paper in half. Use the bone folder, get a nice crease there. And we'll start, we've got our petal pink cardstock layer. And we're going to adhere the pieces of designer series paper onto the cardstock. Now I'm using snail. You can use snail or Tombow, whatever's your favorite adhesive. We will be having some new adhesives in our new catalog coming out in June. So watch for those, but I think snail will remain a favorite. The new cartridges are similar, and there'll be one that's like a snail product and one that's similar to our retired Fast Fuse. Be on the watch for those. So there we are, 1, 2, 3, 4 of the rectangles. Now we're going to adhere that with snail to the card base. I love the sound of snail. I wonder what the new cartridge will sound like. There we are. And then for embellishment, we're going to use some of the flax ribbon from your kit and a vellum circle from your embellishment kit. Some rhinestones, we'll get those ready. And we need to stamp our image. Now, I wonder what your favorite image is with this stamp set that came in your punch tin kit. For me, I love the hello stamp the best. That's my favorite one. So I'm going to stamp hello with the Mossy Meadow ink, and I'll use my punch, Darling Label Punch, to get that out for me. Set it aside, and now I have the pieces in place. So I'm going to use snail just a little bit in the middle of the card here to anchor this flax ribbon. But first I'm going to flag the ends here like a little pennant at each end. You can choose to leave it straight, or you can create just a diagonal cut if you like. I'm going to go ahead and I've got that flagged there. Okay, the white on some of the papers doesn't show up a whole lot, but what it is adding some texture. But I did forget, I want to put the vellum down first. So we've put some adhesive here. We've got the vellum circle. Now we'll put some more adhesive for this flax ribbon, like that. And then we can pop up the greeting using dimensionals. All right, so I'm going to put one kind of north and south here on the greeting so that it'll hit part of the ribbon and also hit part of the vellum there. I think I did it east and west that time. Let me switch them around a little bit. There we go. Okay, so they're north and south on the card here to kind of anchor onto the vellum and the flax. And the last thing to do is to add some of the embellishments. Now there are 5 colors to choose from. You'll be using just 3 for your kit, for your projects today. Here's the other piece. You actually have 8 of each color. So you can decide what ones you want to put on each card. I'm going to use the sort of greenish ones on this one, just to have a little bit of a darker contrast against the Daffodil Delight. But you again as the designer can choose which ones you like. Okay, so there we have our first card, hello. Now to make the second and third card that are that same design, just with the lovely lilac and the posy, you'll do the same steps. Folding your card base, adhering your petal pink, okay? And then you've got the sets of 4 little squares here. This is the one I like to put on the posy. It has that pretty light purple on there. And this pink one, the lovely lipstick with sort of those roses, will go onto this one. So I'm just going to sort those pieces so they'll be ready. All right. I also have my flax ribbon ready for those. I have my vellum circles. Sometimes when I stamp, I like to get all the pieces and parts out first and just lay them out on my table and then tackle one card at a time. And other times I will go one at a time. You get to decide when you're crafting. But the inside of this card is just a simple whisper white rectangle to kind of dress up the inside of our card. And when this daffodil is a light color, but when you're working, your card base is a darker color, it's really nice to have that white so that it's easier to do the writing. Okay, so there's that set of 3. Now to create the other fold, we're going to use a piece of cardstock that's cut at 4 1/4 by 11 inches, scored at 5 1/2, and scored at 1 1/2. So we fold it in half, and in your kit it came folded like that. Then we're going to fold back that line at 1 1/2. Now I actually like to adhere this with dimensionals after I put my paper on. So again, I'm going to take out those 6 pieces of strips of designer series paper. I'm going to sort them out. So I'm working on my lovely lipstick. I'll take those 2 out. And using the snail, I'm going to adhere 1 to the panel, centering that so that it's got lovely lipstick framing around it. And 1 to the card base, like this. Okay. And then to secure this flap, I'm going to use 3 dimensionals here. You can use as many as you like. I kind of do one closer to the middle, and then 1 in the corner here. And this is going to just anchor that flap and give it a little bit of dimension. Okay, there we are. Now this ribbon, this card features the white metallic edge ribbon, which is really satiny and lovely. This is carrying over. I'm so happy that it will still be in our catalog next year. And we'll tie a bow. Now we've cut the ribbon generously for you at 20 inches. Usually 18 inches works well for this kind of bow. I wanted you to be able to have room to fuss the ends a little bit. So you'll fold the bow, or secure the bow, and then you can trim off edges if you want to neaten them up or shorten them a little bit. Okay, and next we're going to put on the vellum and the tag. So this one, let's make this one a birthday card, the happy birthday image. Find that here. And I need a lot of birthdays and a lot of thank yous. Hello, like I said, works for everything. That's always a good greeting. When you're making cards ahead of time, it's great to have a few happy birthdays on hand. And this is a fun one that everybody would enjoy. It's a nice cheerful card for year-round birthdays. So we'll punch that using the tag punch. I stamped it in the Mossy Meadow. Remember, you have your new spot that came with your kit, the Mossy Meadow ink spot. All right, let's secure this with some snail. Okay, I hope you can see that all right. And then we're going to do it again. This time it doesn't really matter. I'm going to do the east and west, but you can put your dimensionals however you like. You really just need one, but you can be as generous as you like with those. We'll secure that. And then we can put those sequins down. Now again, I think I would prefer, just like with my flax, I had my vellum underneath, okay? Sorry I didn't remember that for this video, but I like the vellum to be under the ribbon, and then more of the ribbon is going to kind of show. I think it's so pretty, I don't want to cover that up. Now I can put my embellishments in place. This time I'm going to use the pink ones to really brighten the card edges here. These pink rhinestones. These are also a retiring item that's still currently available. It's on sale, and I love them. So there you have it. Now this one, of course, needs a little inside too. The lipstick is a little bit darker, and so we could write on that with the black or blue ink, but when we put the white in there, I think it gives a nice base. Now you'll notice the white paper is not square. It's actually 3 3/4 by 4 inches, and so I want to have it be centered in this lovely lilac space. So I'm going to make sure the taller piece is going up and down. It's not very discernible, but you'll notice there's more of a frame around all 4 sides if you put it in that direction. Okay, now to finish our cards, remember you're going to make 3 of this fold and 3 of this fold, but we want to make envelopes to complete them. So let's take our Whisper White envelopes with this beautiful flap. And you'll have an assortment of coordinating papers in your kit. They'll be different from your neighbor's kit. And so you can use whichever sides that you like. I'm going to go ahead and for my lovely lipstick card, I'm going to go with that beautiful coordinating floral print. So what I want to do is put my adhesive onto my envelope, and then place my Designer Series paper at the seam, at the fold of the envelope. I'll take my scissors, my paper snips, and just gently go around the edges, using the envelope shape as a guide. Just trim that off. Okay. There we are. So that's decorating each of your cards, each of your envelopes to coordinate with your card. So I hope you'll enjoy making these with the Best Dressed Suite. I hope it's fun to use your punch some more and your beautiful stamp set from the Darling Punch Tin. If you know somebody who missed out on getting the tin the first round, we do have a few left and would be happy to have them have new homes. So let your friends know that they can invest in a tin as well. And we have the 3 kits currently available: Perennial Essence, Pressed Flowers, and also this Best Dressed kit. I hope that's fun for you and that you're enjoying stamping. We miss seeing you in person, but we're glad we can share virtually. So best wishes to you. Thanks again for watching.